Watch party. Hey everyone, thanks for stopping in. Came here today. Just have a little more fun. Top 5 craziest and dumbest Cobra Kai theories. How's everyone doing? Got a lot of people. Roland Hurwitz. I see some people are talking. Miguel Diaz is in the chat. Craftsman Crusher. Hey, watch party. Hey, guys. Okay, so we got, it looks like 35 people. Jackie's been. Hey, to you back. John Ramirez, good. John Wells, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all of you. Theory is that Cobra Kai is releasing in December. Yeah, a lot of good crazy theories out there to talk about. Owen Morgan, hey, thanks for stopping in, Owen. I don't know. We'll see if any of them have to do with Bert. We'll see. Earlier today, this morning, which was kind of cool for me. I passed 5,000 subscribers. So thank you everyone for subscribing, just supporting the channel. It's actually really cool. So kind of a nice little landmark to hit that today. So I wanted to bring that up. So thank you for everyone for 5,000 subs. We'll just keep going. Try to put out cool, fun Cobra Kai content for everyone out there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, all right. So we got some people in here. Top 5 craziest, dumbest Cobra Kai theories. Right off the top, anyone? What's some of the ones that popped into you? I got more comments on that post than I've ever gotten. I went over 100 comments. Everyone jumping in. One popular comment on there that I wasn't going to include, though, was you deserve 10,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, Craftsman Crusher. One popular one is everyone was like, Daniel is the real bully. That was a popular one. I get it, and it's definitely popular, and definitely if you're a Daniel fan, I can see people saying that. But in regards to that, that's not included in this list, not to spoiler you, but that's more of an interpretation or, an analysis, how you want to interpret the characters. So it's not really so much a theory. So Daniel is the real bully, didn't make the list, but I know that's a popular one out there. Miguel, yes, you deserve 10,000 subs. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Subscribe if you haven't done it yet. You can hit the button. So anyway, we'll start off the countdown here. We got 40 some people watching. So number 5, Daniel is the real bully. Yeah, there you go. Number 5 in our countdown. This one got a lot of mentions, and let's go ahead and bring it up. Number 5. Miguel is blind. So, this one is kind of crazy. It was put out there by Fightin' Flicks, and it was funny because if you read it, he was commenting to people. He said he thought of this around Christmas, and it just thought it great. And then he put it out there, and they thought, well, maybe actually it's not doesn't gonna make the most sense. But it's a fun theory. It's fun to think about. My own thinking is with Miguel and Blind, I think he was Van Damme, he was inspired by Bloodsport. So if you remember, in Bloodsport, Van Damme was actually blinded and learned to fight blind, and actually did that in the movie. So I can see this sort of connection, especially for Fightin' Flicks. He wanted to he wanted to have Miguel blind and be fighting like Van Damme. It would be the perfect 80s callback, even if perhaps not fitting in this movie or this show. It is a fun one. Perhaps Hannah Vogler watching Cobra Kai watch for it. Yes. So it's a fun idea. Some people think it. Fighting Flicks. He's a cool guy, though. If you don't watch him or haven't seen him, go ahead and check his channel out. It's a good one. He has a lot of fun theories, like this one and other stuff. And he's made a few cartoons, too, which I happen to really like. I think they're well done. Kill Kreese and break up with Tori. Not blind, just paralyzed. Boom. But I don't think Miguel was actually going to be blind in the show. I think most of us know that probably isn't going to happen. But it's a fun theory, especially if you are a Van Damme or a Bloodsport fan. Burt will become the strongest fighter. Yes, some people are really pushing that. Go Owen. Burt will be the strongest fighter in season 3. Yeah. Yeah, people are really pushing that one. Anyway. Miguel's sarcasm. Okay. What's going on here? So, moving on. Miguel will get revenge in season 3. I don't know. We'll see what he does. Is Miguel a revenge seeker? This is a Little House on the Prairie. Well put, Cafe Queen. Owen Morgan. Hopefully for Bert. Hawk will date Sam. Okay, guys. We'll move on a little bit. We'll go right on to number 4. So, number 4, craziest theory, is Kreese is a ghost. So this is a crazy theory. I think it started on YouTube. Some YouTubers back after season 1 were just deciding that Kreese will be Kreese, obviously he wasn't a real person there, so it must have just been a ghost because Johnny said Kreese was dead. So there's Kreese as a ghost right there. So that's our Kreese as a ghost images. Some things about the theory that always amused me. I mean, so for me, when I first saw that scene where he tells the board, "Oh, Kreese is dead," what first popped in my head is that Johnny was just lying. He was just making that up. The reason I thought that is because if you think back to like the scene in the second episode when the health inspector guy or whatever, the county guy comes in, checks, and he says like to Miguel, "Oh, he's just an illegal. I picked up." Like Johnny's someone when he gets thrown against the wall, like he'll just say something, anything in the spot to get through. And that's exactly how I thought when he said Kreese is dead. I the first time I watched the show, I didn't think Kreese was dead at all. Like I knew Kreese was not dead. Like I didn't believe it for a second. And by the way, anyone, the word pregnant is banned in chat. If you say it, your message will get auto-deleted. So you might as well just stop talking about all that. Anyway, so yeah, Kreese, I like that picture. If Kreese is dead, I like that he still wears smokes a cigar, even though he's a ghost. The ghost of Kreese is smoking a cigar. And it's something I never thought Kreese was dead. I just thought that was Johnny throwing things out. It's interesting. We did learn then in season 2 at the very beginning that apparently Johnny really did think Kreese was dead. That's just something he thought. And, later I think Hurwitz or someone clarified on Twitter that they thought maybe the rumor that from Karate Kid 3 that Kreese was dead had reached Johnny and he didn't know. So he just believed that rumor. So it's something he really did think. So in a way, like, I was wrong, that Johnny was just saying it, but, I was still right. So, you can have the right idea but for the wrong reasons, I thought Johnny was just saying something on the fly to gain sympathy, but he apparently, as the show showed us, he really thought that. So, I mean, it was kind of an out there theory that some people were really pushing for really hard. Pregnancy. Ooh. Why do you guys keep talking pregnant? It's going to delete it. Just go. He probably wished it after Kreese choked him. He may have. Yeah, he definitely had. Like Kolola Kwai. No, Kreese didn't want that. Okay, guys. You guys keep playing with the chat bot there. Louis hunt out Daniel after firing Daniel and his biker friends. Then Johnny helps him. I mean, I don't think Louis has to hunt down Daniel. He knows where he lives. He is his cousin still, so. The ghost of Miyagi will battle the ghost of Kreese. Yeah, there you go. That's a I mean, if you're going to think Kreese is a ghost, you might as well think that. Yeah. So this was kind of always a crazy theory. Hey, Natalie Shannon. Maybe Kreese disappeared for a long time and Terry Silver had him legally declared dead so Terry could get full control of the dojos. Maybe, but that's, it certainly after season 1, you could have thought of things like that. But, I mean, we've learned really more of in season 2 that wasn't the case. There's no ghosts in Cobra Kai. So, you may see like the guy on the beach who kind of looks like Miyagi or reminds Daniel Miyagi or something. But we're not actually going to fundamentally change the show and go into supernatural. So everyone is so caught up on pregnancy, and I don't know why. So there you go. Okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. Okay. Did it work? Okay, so we're back. I got a little bit better at moderating chat, by the way. So, okay. Cousin Louis, Uncle Louis' dad is a bit strange. Yeah, Cousin Louis, we don't know if he's like son or grandson. Okay, anyway, so we did Kreese is a ghost, kind of a crazy one that some people were really, really committed. It was also, for me, the first theory when I first started this channel and started looking around at like theories from other YouTubers and stuff. The first one I kind of came upon. I remember watching other people's like reactions to the season 2 trailer, and they were talking like, "Oh man, we don't yet know if Kreese is a ghost or not." Like, and I remember thinking like, "What the heck is everyone talking about? Kreese is a ghost or not?" It's so crazy. But that's something they were talking about. So that was one of my first reactions to sort of this like fandom, my introduction, so to speak. So anyway, that was our number 4. Double A, Watch Party, keep making Cobra Kai videos. They're freaking awesome. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I do intend to make Cobra Kai videos. I'm actually visiting my parents right now, so I'm going to try to... it's harder for me to get work done since I'm with family, but I will try to get stuff done. I have a video half edited, the one that I was editing last weekend even, until I switched and did the video I put out on Monday. Natalie Shannon, I hope Amanda will let Daniel reopen Miyagi-Do. She should realize that it's the safe thing to do. Yeah, Natalie, I think something like that will probably end up happening, because we do need 2 dojos training karate. So I think you're right. Something like that will end up happening. Ghosts can't touch you, so it's fake. That's true. How do you have a karate show with ghosts? You know, it doesn't really work. Okay, and seems far-fetched, yeah. People like their theories, and then they get stuck on it. So let's do number 3 real quick. Here we go. The third craziest, dumbest out there theory. Cobra Kai is canceled. Yeah, so this got put out there by another YouTuber. You know, and just like looking, well, it's not out, it must be canceled, sort of was the thinking. And he even was saying that there wasn't going to be a season 3. You know, the thing is, we know, you know, season 3 was shot and produced, right? That's our only image of season 3. You know, they put through a lot of work. And, you know, ultimately in Hollywood, when they have a show, you know, someone is going to see it. Someone is going to show it. Someone is going to put it out there to make money on it, you know. That's an image from the rap party even. Owen Morgan. Ooh. Yeah, so, you know, season 3 was finished. So, you know, there's going to be a season 3 for sure somewhere, because it exists. It's done. It's in the can, as they say. It's edited. You know, just sort of saying out there, oh, season 3 is canceled, you know, or Cobra Kai is canceled. And that's the explanation, was probably one of the craziest. And I would even say a little bit hurtful in terms of the fandom, because people see this, or they just see the clickbait. Sometimes people just see the sort of title and don't really follow through or watch and see maybe some of these people aren't really saying what they think they're saying, or don't really have any evidence. They're just sort of throwing stuff out there for clickbait, you know. And then I saw you know, people were then tweeting at the creators, John Hurwitz and everyone, what's going on? Why is it canceled? You know, and ultimately that's why I tried to put out my video, just that little one. Good news coming soon, you know, because we knew there was going to be good news. You know, John Hurwitz had already said that we would get some clarity at the end of May. And you know what? I put that video out. It was Monday, almost 2 weeks ago tomorrow. You know, and then by that Thursday, we got the info we were looking for, right? We understood. It's not just that it was canceled, you know, something good. It's going to go to another network, another platform, you know, hopefully maybe Netflix or Hulu. I mean, whichever it goes to. So, you know, there was no reason to jump on that bandwagon and sort of get all worked up over something. And for what it's worth, I think Hurwitz still says, he expects the show season 3 to be available by the end of summer, which is sort of a little bit later. September is technically when summer ends. So, sometime between now and through September, season 3 will most likely come out. Apparently just right now they're in negotiations. My own take on it seems to be that maybe they've settled on a platform and they're just hammering out the deal, so to speak. All the lawyers and executives and everybody chiming in and doing things, so they're just hammering out the deal. It takes time, obviously. So, but Cobra Kai is not canceled. This was probably, I think just a bad theory. It was just sort of clickbaity and people see it and take it the wrong way. So, look at old Sneak taking karate. Yeah, he may. Blackbeard, the canceled theory was super annoying. They've also been falsely saying that it won't be out until 2021. More clickbait. They're just feeding off our concern. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to say. Like, I mean, anybody throwing dates out there or months, December 2021, they're just saying things, right? It was just a few days ago, John Hurwitz, he tweeted out, I still expect it to come out by the end of summer. So that's it. There you go. He even clarified summer ends, I think September 22nd, whatever. It's the autumn equinox, right? That's when summer ends. I mean, and that's that. So it's just going to be, what's going to happen, I think, is the show's going to go over to another platform, whichever platform that is. They'll probably release it and I think try to build an audience on that platform. This is just my own speculation. So for a month, however long, they get it on that platform and then they put the trailers out and start it and then move on to season 3. So it can get a little bit momentum going like that. That's sort of my speculation. I think something like that is probably what's going to happen. So, and that's all that's out there though. End of summer is most likely. Anyone saying anything else is just, clickbaiting you. Watch party, what is a theory you want to be true that probably won't? Good question. How about that Miguel and Sam do not get back together? Have no reason to get back together. So I would like to see them, resolve themselves and go their separate ways. But, I think the show wants them to back together. So let's see. Thank you for this video. We appreciate your research and educated opinion, Blackbeard. You're welcome, Blackbeard. I just wanted to have some fun and do this out here. So will there be a season 4 AA? That's a good question. If you read the original Deadline article, and we did a live stream on it, if you go to my channel, you can find the live stream. You got to look through uploads, I guess. But we were live streaming for like an hour, a little over an hour, and we went through everything. Part of the stipulation is when Sony went looking for another platform, it was because they wanted there to be a season 4, right? So that's what they're looking for, a season 4. YouTube is getting out of the scripted business. They said they didn't want to do a season 4. That was a business decision more than anything. I think it wasn't like they're saying we don't like the show or anything. They're just, as a business, they're going in a different direction. So Sony went looking to a different platform. And I think a big part of it is, would you be willing to host the show seasons 1 through 3 and then also pay for a season 4? And I think wherever platform it's going to be landing, it's going to be a yes, because that's essentially was part of the initial deal that they were looking for. We also know they want to do at least 6 seasons total. So even if seasons 5 and 6 aren't committed, in writing, because ultimately nothing is guaranteed, there's probably an understanding we do want to do at least maybe three more seasons. So 4, 5, and 6, a minimum. 5 and 6 may not be as guaranteed, depending on the way the show goes. But yes, I think that's how it'll be, so that they're going to go to a new platform, with that in mind, with those intentions. So I won't say absolutely yes, but I think it's about as strong as you can get as a yes that there'll probably be a season 4, because whatever platform they're going to is going to be agreeing to do a season 4 at a bare minimum. How do you know Kreese dies, though? Nobody knows for sure if Kreese dies. Tori Kreese, Natalie Shannon. I don't think he'll die. Yeah, let's see. I did a video on Kreese dying, but that's just another theory. Miguel's grandma. Okay, guys, we'll move on here to number 2. So, number 2, craziest theory, whatever. Here we go. Yes. Who's your daddy? Or who's your mommy? So these ones, I all I could do here is combine every theory into one, because there's so many. This person is that person's kid, and this one is her daughter, and this is his son, and the family predictions are all over the place. Miguel is Terry Silver's son. Tori is Allie's daughter. Tori is Terry Silver's daughter. As well as all the family ones. Another popular one. Yes. So here's some things I put together. Tori leaving her mom there in Colorado. Another popular one is Kyler's chosen son, or Nate is, or Kyler and Nate are brothers. I got that one on a comment just the other day. Kyler and Nate are brothers for whatever reason. Just sort of all the theories. That one, I mean, I've seen people say Tori's Terry Silver's daughter, Miguel is Terry Silver's son. So I think something to know about all these theories, this person is secretly the child of someone else, is, in the very first episode, we learn Johnny has a son, Robbie. We don't meet him, but we learn that from Sid. He says it. We learn that, we learn Daniel has a daughter. We do meet Samantha. We don't even get her name, I don't think. But we meet Samantha. And then by episode 2, we meet Robbie the first time. And then, we learn more about Samantha, and we also meet Anthony, right? So we get all the kids of the characters by the second episode. It's front loaded. It's put up front. There's no secret for any of these characters. It's not like it's the secret child of this character from the movie. It's not true for any of them. Natalie Shannon, Miguel's dad, drug dealer, leader of drug cartel. It definitely, that's sort of something we can guess or infer, something like that. I agree. Something like that. Did Allie have a child? You know what? We don't know. It's not on the Instagram, so maybe she did, maybe she didn't. That's something we don't know yet. She could have. Is Dimitri related to anyone important? For the show, I don't think so. Too close to be a normal girl. Yeah, most of these people, they're normal people. They're just don't have any connection to anyone important. except Bert, who is obviously Miyagi's son. But no, none of these theories, if ultimately, if a character did have a relationship to someone else, like from the movie or something, it would almost certainly, it would be put forward up front. Like essentially the way Robbie, Samantha, and Anthony were, the way we introduced them. It's not going to be like some mystery and some reveal. It's not like Star Wars or something like that. There's no mystery, especially around like, how did you guess Owen Morgan? I could tell, I could see the karate talent. There had to be something. So, I guess it's fun to speculate if you want to have like fan theories about this. Something interesting though, if you think about it, whenever you see someone insisting any of these, like Tori's Allie's daughter, Miguel is Terry Silver's son, or any of these, you ever notice like how they just sort of work through any and all like counter arguments when you put very obvious things like, Tori's mom comes from a wealthy family, in Colorado. How is she poor in Los Angeles? Right. And they always manage to work through all that. Those sort of things you notice, like no matter what you say, you can't ever convince someone, to sort of snap out of it, so to speak. So, and the Chosen is, Kyler's father, all those things, they sort of won't, they never snap out of it. And the way they do that is sort of think about the human mind. It's really good at rationalizing. It can really overcome, it can overcome cognitive dissonance, right? So that's all what it does. It comes up to cognitive dissonance. Natalie Shannon, I know you think Tori's related to Kreese, but I just think if she was related to Kreese, they would say something. Kreese acts like he doesn't know her. So, I mean, it's a fun theory, but I don't think it's going to actually happen. Tori's her own girl from struggling mom. People can justify any crazy idea and twist the facts to support any theory. Remember the crazy Game of Thrones theories? Yeah, there were certainly plenty of crazy Game of Thrones theories. And once you get connected, or, you start believing something, everything will support it. And anything that, discounts it is like, they just ignore it, he faked not knowing her. Yeah. I mean, well, there you go. Hey, he faked not knowing her. And, another thing, like my favorite one, when we point out that like Tori grew up poor with a mom, maybe a single mom who's a waitress, people say, well, no, Allie's her stepmom. Like, okay, so what? But then she still has a wealthy father, and it doesn't really make any sense. And why is he there? And it's just people will just come up with new ideas so as to support whatever they always think. It's sort of the mind rationalizing and pushing through sort of whatever crazy cognitive dissonance you have. All right. So that's something the mind does, and you can watch someone do it, and it's something you can just observe them to do it. Observe them as they come up with their own rationalizations, however it works, someone will always hang on to whatever they believe. And that's something, you can do, and it's worth taking the time to sort of looking through. Yeah, Natalie, if the theories turn out to be true, that's true. That's true. One weird thing, the craziest one that may turn out to be true is I'm not sure about Kyler and Nate. I meant to look it back up because I think Nate may be Korean. Is he? I don't know. If Nate and Kyler were actually related, I don't know. I don't think so. There's no necessarily reason to expect it, but it would be funny. That would be funny. That's the closest to one that I think could be true. Oh. Amr Abel Haiti. I know what you're trying to do, man. Don't do it. Sabrina, hello, back to you. Thank you. Maybe Mike Barnes' child. That's what everyone wants. It. Whatever you do, you just like you overcome your cognitive dissonance. You rationalize. You come it through it. Mike Barnes, whatever you can come up with. In the end, it's probably none of the above, right? So, like I said, they would do it. They would introduce that up front. You would learn it the same way you learn Robbie up front was Johnny's kid. Samantha and Anthony were Daniel's kids. You learn that up front. There's nothing to hide. There's no big conspiracies like that. Okay, so we talked a little bit about people sort of overcoming these their sort of cognitive dissonance and rationalizing everyone's kids. So we'll go on to number one. The number one dumbest theory for Cobra Kai of so far, as far as I can tell. And that was this one. There. Watch Party thinks Kreese is misspelled on the cast sheet. So, yes, I put this one as number one of all time. Kreese is misspelled. Now, if you do have to have seen my last video, this one that I put out on Monday, where I talked about that. Because I was looking at the cast sheet from Ralph Macchio's script, and as I was looking at it, I had this weird idea that Kreese was the third name on the list, and I thought that because I thought on the right it said Cove, so I thought it said Martin Cove, so I assumed it had to be Kreese over on the left. And the problem was, when I realized there was one too many letters in there, I just assumed, well, okay, then the name Kreese has to be misspelled, right? So that's something I literally thought to myself, and I thought it for months. Like not just like there's something since like what, October, November. I was looking through it through June, or beginning of June into May 31st. No, it was probably June 1st. So for 6, 7, 8 months here, I thought that literally just on the sheet, they misspelled one of the characters' names. And you know why I thought that? Is the same reason people think Tori is Allie's adopted daughter, like it's her stepmom or something, just because I was overcoming my own sort of cognitive dissonance, right? So where other people have cognitive dissonance, I'm looking at it and I assume on the right it says Cove, and then I look on the left and there's one too many letters. So the only thing I could come up with is maybe like there's 3 E's, Kreeese. There's no defense against rationalizing, you rationalize things that don't make sense to you. So when you look and you think it's Cove, and then you look and you say, except the name can't be Kreese, you'll just rationalize it away. And and I like that people say, wow, you're so smart, you must be a detective. Well, if I'm so smart, why did I think the name Kreese was spelled with 3 E's there? Because I thought that for months and I had no other idea or any clue. So when you look at like someone else thinking Miguel is Terry Silver's kid and Allie is Tori's mom, and you see them defending it again and again and again, no matter what you point to them, you can see they're in cognitive dissonance. But sometimes you are the one in cognitive dissonance. Sometimes you are the one coming up with insane, stupid rationalizations to justify what you're thinking to yourself. And sort of the trick is, how do you recognize yourself when you're just realize you're rationalizing something? You realize you're working through. That's the dumbest theory. Yeah, it is. It is pretty dumb. And it's my own. So that's what I thought. Sometimes you're just justifying and rationalizing things. Watch party. I actually like both the original and clarification video. It shows your devotion and humility. Plus, it's fun to watch. Thank you very much. I do. I mean, I like it too. And it's how you get it. But, in order to realize that, you have to sort of first recognize something, you're doing something wrong, because when you're rationalizing things, it makes perfect sense in your head. This definitely made perfect sense in my head. I mean, I can tell you that. But you have to break yourself out of your own sort of cognitive dissonance, and you have to figure it out. So that's sort of like a lesson. How can you do it? Top Dollar Black Pill Gangster, thank you for stopping in. Yeah, we already talked third season. We'll see when it gets out. Your biggest mistake has passed. That's true. So anyway, so that's it. I mean, sometimes I love that people say, oh, wow, you're so smart. And when even I've thought things that were completely stupid and ridiculous. These cast sheets that you see are like auto-generated from the script. The software does it. It would be almost impossible for it to be misspelled because all you do is click a button. It would have had to have been misspelled throughout the whole script. And, that these things just aren't going to happen. But yet, nonetheless, I was convinced of it. And I'll tell you one other thing that I didn't mention in the video. If you look where I wrote Cove, if you look at the first word on that, you can see it's probably only got 4 letters and there's dots there. And even though I knew Martin must be longer than that, I kept thinking, well, it's just blocked off because of the way it says the watermark says production across. So even then, like, I had other clues to myself that I was like rationalizing away. And that's something your brain will do. You'll just rationalize away anything. And so anyone can do it. There's no guard against it. It's not like you're smart or something. Smart people can do it as well, or if not even better than most people. They'll justify and rationalize their crazy ideas. So it's certainly something I did. Leo Kennedy, honorable mentions. Definitely we could throw out a few honorable mentions in there. Definitely, the people who like Mike Barnes is back are the most popular ones. Let's see, or just there's some videos. Mike Barnes is back. People will justify that in any way just because they want Mike Barnes back. There's nothing about that. That's just something. My theory is Terry is Daniel's real teacher. Miyagi is the ghost. And third, Kreese is afraid of Miyagi. That's it. Well, that's a heck of a theory. We'll see. Toyin, is there any confirmation on which streaming service it's coming to? Not as of yet. As I said earlier, I do think they may have picked one and are now in negotiating, but none of that has been released officially, so we don't know. Strong feeling, the show is going to Netflix. It certainly has the biggest audience, so that's what we can say. That's what we can say. Blackbeard, yeah, Moon is on the sheet. I have a video on that if you want to watch it. I mean, go back to watch the original season 3 first look video. Mike Blade of Ashcroft. Mike wasn't in Cobra Kai. He just got hired to beat up a dumb kid. That is true. Mike wasn't, his roots aren't in Cobra Kai, so we don't really know about that. Ibrahim, your theory? Well, your theory is out there. We'll see. Sony has a relationship with Netflix. Well, Netflix has a relationship with everyone at this point, so that's not necessarily anything. Of Miguel's childhood, Leo. Well, technically, I think we have Miguel's childhood in every scene. I mean, he's still just in school now. I mean, he's in high school, so I don't know. So anyway, we've gone 46 minutes. It's a good time. Everyone, thank you for stopping in. Like I said, I'm actually out of town, but I will try to edit some videos. I got a video half edited that I need to change a little bit after changing my some of my theories, after I sort of was able to look and maybe even break through my own cognitive dissonance. So I hope Cobra Kai Kid, you go, Drew. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping in to let us know, though. Thank you, Cobra Kai Kid. Okay, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again for the 5,000 subs. That's good. Like I said, I'm going to try to get videos out. I do have some stuff to work on. I got one theory video, and I got an idea for maybe something that's going to be a little bit more fun. So hopefully, well, that's going to take a while to make, but it'll be fun. So thank you, everyone, for stopping in. Boom. There we go. In screen. So yeah, follow me, Twitter, Instagram, like the live stream, like this video, subscribe to the channel, all of it. We'll try to keep things going. Cobra Kai, so whenever it comes out, by the end of summer is what we know right now. So that's what it is. Ignore anything else. And subscribe. I will always keep you updated. Take care, everyone. We'll see you again